So I know we've read through this, but I think it's important to Emmy's story or whatever, so we're just going to go for it anyway. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great for me lately, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone on my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just what the hell has she come down here? Anyway, when? Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. Why is that? Well, not many people actually manage to come in for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be volunteer basis, so it's not a big shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. Shrug, and suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she's talking about. Frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves in effortlessness that I find enviable. Enviable? Yeah, it's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? We didn't even get here before? I guess Shizune's route. I guess we were doing something else. So we have to go for it. If we take it easy, that's when we got Rins. So we go for it. This is the first time? Yes, this is the first time we've gone for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up. My second lap's done so quickly without even considering it. I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things. What? If this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. Oh, he's going to kill himself. I could feel my lungs burning and my legs starting to question what the hell I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles and I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind because that would be a loss. Damn, he's acting like Shizune right now. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. How the hell does she keep it? There it is. It's like a string pulling on my chest, choking feeling, narrowingness, pain. Before I can think of anything else, then, oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. Oh no, this is bad. Whoa. I stumble, one hand shooting down the clutch of my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emmy whirls around, her eyes widen. Hisao! She runs at me, squinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing. Just keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get to the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting the outside world out. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone, like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at the very worried Emmy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself, oddly even and matter-of-fact. It makes Emmy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. Emmy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel wobbly. But I refuse the shoulder Emmy offers for support. Why? Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems like it's too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to handle this whole thing on my own without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emmy crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug. Maybe they're related or something. That's not wouldn't surprise me at this point in this game. Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug and lays it down after following Emmy's gaze to the looming in the doorway. So, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled. Oh, she looks so, like, cute. No! Oh, wait, did it cut it? Because it was too slow. We were running, and he stumbled, and he started grabbing at his chest, and I thought he'd come get you to make him wait there, but he said he was okay, but then I thought you should see him anyway, and... Easy there, Emmy. Calm down. So, what happened? I don't know. We were running, and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns as if to say just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. It didn't mean quite this when I suggested to get some exercise. You gotta be more careful, Hisao. I was being careful. I just... Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem like as well as I reasoned it would. You just... What? That is... I was racing Emmy. Emmy, is this true? Emmy fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs in his forehead, one hand tiredly. Emmy, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. Actually, I started it. Nurse is stunned by my statement. You what? We were just running, and Emmy started to pull away, and I sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling and mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another. It looks back down at the both of us. So you're both stupid. That's comfort, I guess. Now come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and follow him into the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So, how does it feel? I don't know. Nothing much. Tired, but it might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest. We'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to object, so I lie down in the infirmary bed. Nice. Thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I shouldn't have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again with that decisive nod. So you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring one for you, okay? Something really, really good. I start with a you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep. The weather's nice on the roof, so there's a great spot for lunch, you know? I see. You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up for you. Of course not. Great. See you there. Man. I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I can see his shadow shifting in the sunlight. He has an open window in his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion like waves. Light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like a soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer, and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it. I've been a week and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I have to act brave? Like the heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was. It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I have to be more careful or I'll end up in the hospital again. Or worse. That's my final thought before I can give in to the tiredness. Dang. That's great. I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I feel a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. I'm feeling kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Am I croaking the question to gain some orientation? The nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to be happening in slow motion. 10:15. I try to think of a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, is how. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then. Let's see how you're doing. Don't. Ooh. I try to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moves to support me by my arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly is what I was gonna say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption on my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You alright? Head stop spinning? Yeah. Good. And how are the contents going? You didn't show very good judgment out there, so. I swallowed the retort. I was gonna make it. That's what I was thinking myself. But hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to get angry at him if he said, told you so, or something like that, but he doesn't. I can try to help you keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here, note for your teacher, to avoid an interrogation. I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave, and I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. I hear you. He didn't say that out loud, he just said I hear you. There is some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I go out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff or going straight away to the class. The sun stings in my eyes, so I head to the dorms. Yeah, that's why. The halls are quiet, as the courtyard was, naturally, so since everyone is in class, I knock lightly at the door of 3-3, push the door open, and Muto calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. Morning, Nakai. Muto seems to be somewhat confounded by me coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling of the lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me. Muto takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrow to give me a stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. I shrug, and he gestures me to run along, so I naturally do. Class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of school. I haven't even stopped worried about taking notes, getting overly attentive. The first few days, I was pretty high-strung in class. I think we already did this? No? Okay. Muto finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So, as you know, festival is on the day after tomorrow. Hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fried food. Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. I think this was like a Rin thing then. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was more for the... Yeah. Okay, the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Okay, this is a part we haven't seen before. This is so weird. Feeling utterly drained, I head into my room, read the books I borrowed. There's been enough action and excitement for one day already. The first is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. I have actually read the original book, and it's creepy as hell. It's like nothing like the movie, or any of the movies. It's like so strange, which is the point, I guess. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's like one of my favorite stories, Disney, whatever you want to call it. I did just realize you can see my monitor. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. There we go. That's a little better. Anyway. Yeah. And like the book is just, it goes off on random tangents like super often. And it's just like this weird thing that happens. Anyway. It's just as trippy as I remember the story to be, with the wacky characters and nonsense plot, yeah. I start thinking of myself as some kind of Alice, too, haplessly tumbling down the rabbit hole into this cripple wonderland. Maybe don't say that. Okay, that's a rather strong expression. Yes, still the isolated location and the overt way the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It's like another world. Wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly with me. Turning another page, my mind starts drifting further away from the book. It's quiet, and I hear my heartbeat thumping against the fabric of my shirt. I think that was the point that, was it C.S. Lewis? Was he the one who wrote it? Maybe he wrote some other book. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. But I think that was the point. I think his whole point of making that book was to make you think about other stuff, like my mind drifting away. I think that's why he wrote it the way he did. For some reason, it makes me feel really bad, like it has since that time in the forest with Wanako. Like I was locked in a cage by some sort of nasty and scary. What? With something nasty and scary. I put the book down for a while and stare at the ceiling, taking my time to shake off the feeling. 200 pages later, I fall asleep. Okay. See you later, Sal. I'm gonna go get lunch. I'll see you guys later.